Hi, this is CJ, and welcome to another episode of CJ Here Talks in the Car. I'm happy you're here. Now, let's get started with the conversation. Okay, so for today's topic, we are going to be talking about how to use hair tea to grow your hair. So, hair tea for hair growth. I am really excited about this topic because hair teas have become a staple ingredient for my hair care routine and my hair care journey, and I'm really happy to share what I know and the benefits that I've seen. So right now, it's been 2.5 years, I would say 2 years, couple months, close to 2.5 years, um, that I started to use hair teas. I actually decided to, when I cut my hair off, I decided that I wanted to use only natural products because I had a bad experience and my hair was short. I cut my hair off and I tried to use products to curl up and set it and forget it, and it did not work. My hair did not like all those curling custards or gels or products, that off-the-shelf products that were available, and my hair just didn't look as how I would have wanted it to. So I just decided that I was going to stop um, getting these products, and I was just going to go the natural route. What that entailed was me finding, okay, what am I going to use as leave-in, what am I going to use as my moisturizer, and then what am I going to use to seal in the moisture. So Curly Proverb, who I follow, she's an amazing lady. She introduced and talked about hair teas and shared how great they were and the benefits of actually using specific herbs that were catered to be of great benefit to the hair, and using it in a tea format, as a spritz or something for your hair, right? So I decided, hey, why not? Let me uh, create these teas, or create a tea and then start using it. So from that time, I just started experimenting and doing teas. Eventually, I came up with um, my own ingredients, and built my own type of tea. But the point is that I wanted to raise is that I remain consistent with using teas all the time, and there are a couple of things that I saw with my hair. All right, so before I jump into that, I'm like going pretty fast. Let me tell you what is a hair tea, and then I can talk about the benefits. So hair tea is infused water that's used on your hair. All right, so let me talk about just regular teas and then kind of segue back into hair teas. Now, when we make a tea, we either use it with a tea bag. When we have boiling water, we put a tea bag in the boiling water and we allow it to seep for a bit. We allow it to brew, and then as you notice, when it's done, and you take that tea bag or your loose herbs out of that cup. So obviously you put the loose herbs in like a strainer, tea strainer. But when you take it out, you notice that the water changes from its original, like how it was originally. So before, boiling water was just clear and plain, but once it goes through the seeping and brewing process, it's going to take on the ingredient that was in the water, and that's where you notice the flavor changes. If you have mint or chamomile or any kind of flavor, you start to taste that flavor separate from the water, no longer just plain water. Alright, so it's the same thing for our hair tea. So when you find herbs that are for hair care and hair growth, you you do the same kind of process of putting it in water, adding putting it in a container, adding water, and um, the difference is, I would say I would cover it and I would let it brew for at least 24 hours, because I want everything that's in the product to be in the water. So that's the process of how the water gets infused. So at the end of it, and when the tea is ready, when you do open it, it's gonna smell just like the herb that you use. So it has been infused. All the goodness of the herb is now in the water. All right, so with that said, this is how you can now be able to use this as a form of hydration and great benefit for your hair. Now, infused water is already so amazing because it is needed and necessary for our hair to thrive, right? So just added and coupled to that, just imagine it's almost like your water gets a booster, so you're using like a booster water in your hair, massaging your scalp, and just going through your hair strands and allowing your hair to really be taken care of. And I used this for so long, well, for the two years plus, and I remember starting to really see one of the biggest things for me was there were portions of my hair where I wasn't seeing the curl pattern. I couldn't see how my curl pattern really was. And I guess it's what you do over time. So what have I done to my hair over time? I bleach my hair. I've done stuff. I wasn't. There are times I wasn't so conscious or so caring about my hair. So I did all kind of things to my hair. But I think over time my hair lost its curl pattern in some sections. So I didn't even know really what my curl pattern was. So it wasn't until after cutting my hair and I decided, okay, I'm just gonna be using the hair tea. And for me, one of my staple for the hair tea was hibiscus, and I used it, and I noticed I started to see there was one wash day when I looked in the mirror. I saw those sections where I wasn't so sure about my curl pattern. I saw my curl pattern once again, and it blew me away. I was so excited because now I knew that my hair was finally getting back to the place where it needs to be, and I can now experience having a healthy hair care journey, and so it's so great to see, the benefits of using a hair tea. Yeah, so that was one for me too. As I said, hydration is awesome. As I said, depending on the product that you're using, so there are many things, many herbs that are great for the hair. There is, as I said, hibiscus. There is, yes, rosemary, which I'm going to talk about some more a little bit. There are Indian herbs like furmaraj. What else is there? There's lavender. So there are herbs that you can use. Rose petals. So many different things you can use. There's cloves. And all of these processes are just that you can put it in, seep it, allow the nutrients from the herb to get into the water, and then you'll be able to use the water. It's such a simple process. As I said, when I do my tea, I normally give it a day or two because I really want everything to be nice and ready. All the nutrients available for me, so I give it a little time to get that going. But yeah, it's amazing and it's simple to do. I mean, sometimes we don't want complicated. We need something to get up and go. I know sometimes with our hair journey, it can be frustrating in terms of the time and what you need to do to your hair. So if we can find things that are simple and easy to get done, I talk about keeping it simple all the time, then I would say a hair tea is a best way for you to start. And for the hair tea, it can be your daily spritz, it can be for detangling, it can be prior to pre-poo, it can be your wash day, while you're washing, great for LCO or LOC method, just as how you spray with water, then add your leave-in, then add your oil. It's just the same with this method. The only difference is that you're using the tea. So I would encourage you to give it a go. And I'm not going to leave you without actually giving you something that you can try at home. I know like different herbs and stuff may not be easy to come by. So here's one. I just talked about that you can actually get in the grocery store in the spice aisle. You can get rosemary. Now, in the spice aisle, you can buy dried rosemary, and here's what you're gonna do: get your rosemary, and you're gonna use you get and you can use a tablespoon, one of those big spoons, not big, but just kind of dip it in and then throw it in the bottle. Clean bottle, of course. I use a mason jar, 16 ounces. That's normally what I use because I have a big spray bottle. And I just put it in. After you do what you do, you boil your water and you throw it in. Now you can add, if you don't like the flavor of rosemary and you want to change it somewhat, you can add, whether it is an essential oil, or you can add another kind of herb. Some people, maybe you can add a piece of mint, or you can add, if it's the herb, you can add the lavender, or I would say after it's brewed. So when you lock it away, if you're gonna use some sort of oil, essential oil, I would say let it brew first. So let it brew, and then after you brew it, then you put a couple drops of a type of essential oil, peppermint or lavender, just that tea tree, whatever it is, something that if you want to change the smell, right? All for my hair tea that I did, I added lavender petals. So, it changed the scent just a bit. But when it was finished, the water had changed. You knew it had nutrients in it. You just knew it was different. And so it's a great, great, great gift to your hair. So if you haven't tried it before, here you go. Give it a go and you try it. So I said lock it away for at least 24 hours. You can go a little longer, but make sure you lock it away for 24 hours. That means seal the bottle, put it down, don't touch it, let it do its thing. Alright? And give it a go. Give it a go. Add it to your moisturizing routine. Alright? I hope it works. I hope it helps. Tell me about your experience using hair teas. Have you used hair teas before? What types of hair teas have you used? What has your results been? Is it a part of your routine now? Let's talk about it, right? Talk to me in the comments. I'd love to hear. And thanks so much for listening. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right? Have a great one, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.